We're going to make them wait. Go ahead and give them the intro. They already ready. Let's go.
All right.
So, everybody, welcome to Tech Beats and Bytes. My name is Michael Hall. This is brought to you by Digital Grass and the world-famous House of Mac. We are proudly sponsored and supported by the Knight Foundation as well as others. But our primary sponsor is the Knight Foundation. But today we thought we'll do something special, so we're bringing you our special guest, one of our biggest supporters and advocates. When we told everybody we was going to pivot and switch the way we ran Digital Grass, this is the first person we ran to as we became a storytelling company. We realized the biggest thing this community didn't have was a voice. So we said we would be the voice, create the path that you want others to create for you. So we went to the source, and her name is LEIGH-ANN Buchanan from Venture Cafe, Miami. Let's give her a round of applause. So LEIGH-ANN, I know what you do. I know you were one of the best lawyers at Burger Singerman as you retired in your prime.
Say that again.
Best lawyer at Burger Singerman, and she retired in her prime. She went out like Mike. She won trophies and was like, I'm out. We used to update their site, and I was like, who is this young black girl winning all this awards with 15 white males as partners, and this young black girl is just killing it? And it was LEIGH-ANN Buchanan. So LEIGH-ANN, I know what you do, but the people may not know what you do, so why don't you tell them what you do?
All right.
Talking to the mic. Talk up.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. So I think the best way to describe what I do, particularly through Venture Cafe, is connecting innovators to make things happen. We are a community builder. We are focused on creating that social infrastructure, that social fabric that is needed in our startup and innovation community, but particularly with an eye towards inclusivity, creating opportunities through greater accessibility, thinking about how we can be a greater connector,
right,
and then finally focusing on diversity, because as we all know, and as I look around to everybody here, diversity is our greatest differentiator in Miami, and I think it's one of our greatest strengths.
What have you seen to be like one of the, I've been there. Have any of you guys ever been to Venture Cafe on a Thursday night besides the employees? Because LEIGH-ANN came with her whole squad. I guess she told everybody, if you don't show up, ain't no checks getting cut. Whole team came out. So how many of y'all have ever went to Venture Cafe? All right. Good amount.
I see some familiar faces.
So Venture Cafe, instead of having a person that doesn't, I'm going to tell you the vibe that it created for me. Venture Cafe is one of those places where it goes beyond just passing a business card off to somebody. It's a lot of synergy and a lot of intelligence there. And we've made some strong connections. My man David Stewart has been there. Miami Foundation was there for one of their big celebrations. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those co-working spaces that's just a little different. Venture Cafe is the nonprofit side of what you know as CIC. But to me, Venture Cafe is the juice. Venture Cafe is the one that gets it popping. It don't hurt that they give away free beer and free wine on a Thursday night, but the environment there is real dope. But as you went into this role, and I feel like this is almost a coming out event for you to certain people, as you went into that role at Venture Cafe, what did you expect versus what's happening right now?
I would say when I was thinking about this role, the first thing that I did is I had a listening tour. So you and I, we had lunch real early, just after I accepted the offer. And for me, I wanted to find out, where were those gaps so that we could really look at how we can intentionally fill the gaps that exist. And so my thinking was, how do we create a space where everybody can feel welcome? On any given Thursday, you'll see someone that's like 70 years old, perhaps that has a physical disability, talking to a young kid from Overtown about innovation and entrepreneurship.
Right.
And that's really indicative of the connections and the collisions that happen at Venture Cafe. I think it has exceeded my expectations.
Mine too, just to be honest.
I think it's exceeded a lot of people's expectations, and that's a testament to really the amazing organizations and people that make up our innovation ecosystem. We started with the Thursday gatherings about 11 months ago now, and since then, and Eric, our operations lead, will tell me the specific metrics, But we've seen almost 10,000 people come through on Thursdays. We've partnered with over 170 different organizations, including Digital Grass, including Knight Foundation, including Miami Foundation, including Overtown Youth Center, including Urgent Inc. And we've hosted probably about 400 of those educational breakout sessions. So the exponential growth, I think, in the numbers kind of shows that there was that niche that needed to be filled. But I think more importantly, we've created community in a way that I don't think has really been done before.
So look, let me tell y'all how smart LEIGh-ANN is. If y'all notice, even though she listed those names, you notice how she still did that shit in alphabetical order? So it can't be the element of importance, like she mentioned somebody first because they were more important. She still did it in alphabetical order. That's how smart she is. So, LEIGh-ANN, as you're starting to bring people together, to me, this is one of the places that's one of the first places west of 95 that's kind of broken into the innovation and tech sector at a high impact level. The only other one would have been further northwest. That would have been Ecotech. That was also right off of 95. What do you think this is doing for the community of Overtown to have Venture Cafe right there in the heart of, well, on the border, but right there in the happenings of what's developing in Overtown?
I think it shines a light on the possibility in places that are sometimes overlooked or forgotten. You know, when we launched with our first Thursday gathering a year ago, we were really intentional about partnering with urban philanthropies to have that Overtown pitch night.
Right.
They gave away $30,000 to kind of Overtown-based entrepreneurs and other entrepreneurs for around the city. And I think the one thing that struck me that kind of motivated me to keep working is that a person that came was like, I didn't know there were entrepreneurs in Overtown. You and I know that there are entrepreneurs in Overtown.
First of all, pretty much if you in that area, you ain't got no choice but to be an entrepreneur. That's a means of survival.
Exactly. And I think
whether it's legal or illegal, but you're an entrepreneur in some way.
You know what I say? It's all about the terminology. An entrepreneur in Brickell is a hustler in Overtown.
True.
And so thinking about kind of innovation broadly, beyond geographic borders, beyond socioeconomic lines, is really what we're kind of focused on doing. And I think it also shows that there's opportunity in other areas.
Absolutely.
You just have to invest, not just with your dollars, but with your time and intentionality and kind of shining a light on what's already there.
And I don't think a lot of people give you an opportunity to express this, but you were, I mean, a lot of people might have thought I was joking, but you were really at a high level. You were still growing as a lawyer, and you chose to do something more impactful for the community. Whether you took a pay cut or not is not to be discussed, but like in your transition, what made you decide that you were going to do something more so for the community versus continuing to be a lawyer?
So, you know this, but, you know.
I know it, but I want the people to hear it.
But when I was at the firm, you know, I was doing well on partnership track and, you know, had a really good reputation.
Hold up, Self-Born, you heard that?
I heard it.
She was on partnership track. Y'all understand what she's partner.
You see how cute and humble she said it? Like,
I was on partnership track, and you know,
cute.
First of all, I just want y'all to know, I know how much money we made just designing the logo for that company. We designed the Burger Singerman logo. So if we made that much money from the logo, I know what your paychecks was looking like, and you walked away from a lot. Why? Just tell me why.
Well, in a nutshell, I always say that innovation is a social process, and it's fueled by trust, kind of great conversation, collaboration, and storytelling. And I think that social process of innovation as a way to improve more rapidly the conditions that impact society is why I left. You know that I was focusing on social justice issues in addition to my regular kind of business law, commercial practice, but I wanted to do something that I felt like made an impact in a faster way, in a different way that allowed me to kind of color outside the lines, think outside the box, and focus on things that not everybody was focusing on.
That's love. Let's give a round of applause for everybody that don't give a damn about the box.
Church.
Getting outside of the box. So, I got a question that Self-Born told me to ask you when we was drinking the other day.
Uh-oh.
Self-Born told me to say, how exactly has this role been with you being a black woman? What's been the struggles? I mean, so I want y'all to understand that. First of all, she's a woman in power, struggles within itself. Then she's a black woman in power, double minority in itself. So how has that challenge been for you to be like one of the most impactful ventures and one of the most impactful locations in South Florida?
You know, you're really hyping it up. But I
Damn
think
right. That's what I do. Partnership.
great partnership here.
Yes, absolutely.
I think the struggles as a black woman in this particular space are very similar to the struggles of any person of color in a position of influence. But I would say I was pleasantly surprised because I didn't experience as much difficulty in getting the connections that I needed to get to really help elevate Venture Cafe.
Right.
I was pleasantly surprised that people were really willing to open doors to provide me with opportunities, and kind of normally when I ask something, people are like, how can I help? I see Monique there by the bar, who is on the Venture Cafe board and serves as outside counsel for Venture Cafe.
Who's Monique?
Wave your hand, Monique.
Oh, Monique. Oh, yeah, that's right, Monique. My bad.
And-
That's fam right there. Family.
And she also left a big firm job to do something that she felt was worthwhile.
Hold on. Let's put a pause. Sophomore, I know you was thinking it, so I'm just going to say it for you.
What?
What is Miami doing to all y'all lawyers that everybody giving up in the... Like, all y'all are retiring in 10 years. What is Miami doing in the legal field that's just running y'all away?
She's still a lawyer. Now, just she has more control over her business.
But that's the beauty of a law degree, because it's applicable.
You getting ready to
Everywhere,
leave?
all day.
You getting ready to walk away too, Monique? Oh, okay.
No, she's
It's
not
okay.
leaving.
We can't make you answer. We get it. All right. So we don't want to put you on camera and make you make that kind of commitment. So what do you feel is going to be, what does success for Venture Cafe look like? And when do you think you'll reach that next pinnacle, or what's coming up that we should know about?
So I think success for Venture Cafe is really creating those meaningful connections that lead to individuals and organizations getting to the next level for themselves.
So making Miami more than just a startup city, but a sustainable city.
Sustainability, looking at where those gaps exist in the talent pipeline and seeing how we can be a facilitator or a convener of solutions. It's looking at, we have capital here. There are opportunities to invest here, but it's connecting that deal flow with the people that want to put their money into certain ventures. It's also, for us, kind of beyond the numbers of the Thursday, looking at what other programs and initiatives we can launch that help highlight innovation in the broadest sense. So typically when people think about innovation, they think about technology. Innovation is synonymous with technology. We really don't believe that.
Right.
Innovation happens in any single industry. We're industry agnostic. If you ever come to a Thursday gathering, you will see some tech, but you'll see some education. You'll see some community building. You'll see interesting things like blockchain and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. You'll see things like what are the next trends in healthcare startups. And so for us, it's about highlighting innovation in a broadest sense.
Right.
You know, even with what I do kind of outside of Venture Cafe with my other nonprofit hat, that's innovation and leadership and kind of accelerating the growth of the next generation of young leaders of color. And so for us, success looks like creating opportunities for people, helping the ecosystem grow, kind of closing those gaps that we've identified that kind of align with the strategic pillars of Venture Cafe, and then looking how we can play a role collaboratively. To be honest, it's got to be about collaboration and really putting Miami on the map as a legitimate hub for innovation.
Okay.
Not just a South Beach, but a hub for innovation.
Which is where you're going. So I know you guys think she's busy, but as busy as she may be, she kind of dropped that nugget and she told you about the NIA project. You didn't really give them the name, right?
NIA project.
NIA, excuse me. Yeah. I don't practice names before I come in, and the liquor is the excuse. I'm always drinking beer, so shout out to Time.
Speaking of beer,
yes,
I feel like we don't talk about our beer company that we started, my brother, enough.
we will.
I just want to throw that out there. The
I
sign is
appreciate
there.
it.
I just want to do a cheap plug as I sip my beer. The 2 brothers, 3 brothers, 4 brothers started in Florida. Go ahead.
And you might taste it at Venture Cafe one of these Thursdays.
And so now that we said that, let's just jump into that. You're one of the people that I see really supporting other people in South Florida. And I mean, I see about 4 people in the crowd. They got this look on their face, and you said the word collaboration, and they like, don't nobody in Miami really collaborate. But I think you've been one of the few. What do we have to do to break down these silos in Miami to get people to actually want to work together?
So I think breaking down silos comes with 2 kind of prerequisites. I think the first of which is creating the opportunities for collaboration by having more of those neutral conveners like Venture Cafe. Our role.
Hold on, let's unpack that a little bit. When you say neutral, will you explain to people the uncomfortability that most people go to when they go to a new place? Because have y'all ever went somewhere and it was supposed to be a networking event or it was supposed to be a place for you to expand your business and you felt like you really couldn't talk to nobody? So it gets kind of awkward. You grab that one drink, try to get some of them free hors d'oeuvres, and they don't really have what you want. So, like it's like when you go to the fruit plate and all they got is honeydew left and you really wanted some pineapples and strawberries. So you just look at the plate, you're like, I'm going to grab one drink. I'm just going to stand over here to the corner. Hopefully nobody really talked to me. Then I'm going to go home. You guys have a really more welcoming environment. I know there's a process, but why is Miami, why is Miami so damn shallow? Why can't we just grow? Oh, y'all didn't think I was going to make...
hush amongst the crowd. You heard that?
I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, if you ain't going to say it, I'm going to say it for you. Because this is the thing. Y'all will come and grab me after the camera is off, and y'all will grab... Man, I've been wanting to say that. God, say it then. If you ain't going to say it, I'm going to say... Why is Miami so damn shallow that we can't understand the only way to get to the next level is working together?
So you got to the second part of the answer to the first question that you asked. So I will backtrack.
Okay.
So I think it starts with a mindset shift. And that means kind of thinking about how we can shift our mindset about kind of collaboration, about growing ecosystems, to realize that it's not a zero-sum game. Like, if you succeed as Timeline, as Medium 4, as Digital Grass, or whatever hat you're wearing, that doesn't mean that your success is somehow going to detract from my ability to succeed. And so I think when you shift your mindset to understand that when everybody succeeds, we all succeed, I think that's the first step to addressing that kind of reputation that perhaps Miami has as being shallow. And I think we also need to do a better job of highlighting, celebrating, and telling the stories of where we have collaborated effectively, where we are working together to inspire others. I talk a lot about capital, and I always talk about capital as financial capital, social capital, but it's also inspiration capital. And that doesn't necessarily mean inspiration capital from individual to individual.
Self-born, I think that's a T-shirt, my man. Inspirational capital.
I think you...
You guys got to give me royalties on that.
Yeah, I'm at to give
we got you on that. I think that's a T-shirt, though. Inspirational capital.
But to be honest, Michael, it's about inspiring institutions and organizations and collectives to also see how we can work better together.
I mean, so by a show of hands, you can't answer this, and you can't either because you were from West Palm Beach, so you definitely can't. How many people go to West Palm Beach to break bread by a show of hands?
Does
6 out of 300 people. They can't see. No. 6 out of 1,000 people just... No. All right, so it's about 6 of y'all. How many people go to Fort Lauderdale to break bread? Same ones that go to West Palm Beach. How many people live in Fort Lauderdale but come to Miami to break bread? So basically, y'all in this little island. And so we've had a couple of conversations. And teachers from New York, Dante's from Tallahassee, Self-Born is from Tallahassee, and Chicago. Wait, my bad, Self. Calm down.
It was about to be. Did you see what? You see what almost happened?
I felt them jumping all the way through the. Self-Born is from Chicago, and we talk about the difference in the environments. And if anybody's been to Panama City, Panama City is nothing but an extension of Alabama. That's pretty much what it is. And even walking around in Panama City, I can get someone to smile at me and be like, hey, how are you doing? Have a nice day. Or, just at least speak when I'm walking on the street. Don't nobody really communicate down here. And I'm wondering, besides some of the apparent language barriers, what do we have to do to just get everybody to work to build this place up? Because in the rest of the world's eyes, whether we want to know this or not or admit it or not, everybody sees Miami as a region. So they see us pretty much from Key West all the way to West Palm Beach. That's their vision of Miami. And we know everybody in here, y'all be like, wait, I got to drive more than 30 minutes to get where? Nah, not gonna happen. I'll go tomorrow. And you'll just cancel the whole day if we got to drive over 30 minutes. So how do we bring this region of Miami? I feel like Miami has that, no disrespect, Teach, so don't get upset. Miami has that New York capability where if we start looking at our counties and cities as boroughs, but the overall vision is bringing everybody together to represent, we'll get so much more further. So how do you take the mindset of Venture Cafe and push it all the way up to West Palm Beach?
Well, I think regionalism is one of our greatest challenges and impediments. That Kaufman Index report that came out that said Miami, Metro Miami was #1 for startup activity in the country. It wasn't just Miami proper. It was all the way from Miami-Dade County through to kind of South Palm Beach County, the Boca area. So externally, we are viewed as a region. Investors from the Valley don't think about Miami as the confines of the borders of Miami-Dade County.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Don't forget what you're saying. But I want y'all to understand the reason why she's saying that is because every time they relate to Magic Leap, which has the largest investment in history at a $1.8 billion investment, they relate that to Miami. But that company is in Plantation right off of Pines Boulevard. So you got to understand, as you start talking about things, your Sunrise, yeah, that's actually even further north. So a lot of the companies that get large investment dollars are referred to as Miami companies, but they're actually in Broward County. Continue.
Chewy.com.
Yeah.
That's in
Chewy
Broward.
That's in Davie, too.
Mm-hmm. And so
I don't even go to Davie when it get dark. I mean, it's just me. Davie. Y'all do. Davie was like the home of the Ku Klux Klan.
That's where they shot Get Out. I think I heard.
Yeah.
Somebody had told me.
The sunken place.
That's the. You didn't know that's what that mean? Davie is another language for sunken place.
Interesting. So
I read that for real.
Go ahead.
It was on the internet, so it's true.
We read a lot of things.
Yes, go ahead, LEIGH-ANN.
So I think in short, I think that we need to kind of change our behavior towards looking at how we could support across the region. One of our best volunteers, Phil, who's always behind the bar at Venture Cafe, he drives from Boca every Thursday just for Venture Cafe, and he's been doing so for the last 40-something Venture Cafes. So
he's been coming to 40 Venture Cafes from Boca. How many of y'all let a relationship go just because that relationship was too far? Exactly. This man driving down from Boca to volunteer. Y'all done broke up with people. I can't do this Thursday night drive no more. I got to go to work at Friday. This ain't work. We got to break up. I need somebody closer. Until the train start running, we can't have this relationship. All right, so.
No comment. But you did mention the Bright Line. So I think that'll really help out with the transportation issues. I mean, you know what it's like when you're trying to drive up to Broward and you don't take the express lane. You got caught in one of those ridiculous traffic jams that disincentivizes us from thinking regionally and supporting across county lines.
It does.
So things like
we do need public
for
transit more
mass
than
transit will really help, light rail and the like.
So besides coming out on Thursday night, every Thursday night, Converge Miami is what you see. Most of you guys may see the building as the University of Miami Life and Science building. How else can we get everybody to help Venture Cafe besides showing up? How do we get Venture Cafe to continue to grow?
Venture Cafe will continue to grow with you getting plugged in. So volunteering as an ambassador, we are a 2.25 person team with a lot of interns, but not that many. So we need people to serve behind the bar, to volunteer for check-in. We also always need sponsorships. We can't go wrong with the sponsorships.
So
and
LEIGH-ANN,
also coming back for support.
We got to close you out with some quick hitters. If you had to pick a song to describe LEIGH-ANN, what would that song be?
Oh, that's a tough one.
It's supposed to be tough. These are the questions that show your real personality.
Oh my gosh.
Not the overall LEIGH-ANN, just the LEIGH-ANN for the last 30 days. What song will we be listening to?
The last 30 days? I have no idea.
I know you don't watch TV, so I can't even ask you that one because you always. So what's your favorite drink? What are you drinking besides this healthy?
So you could always have me drinking Bombay and soda, 2 limes, light ice.
Hey, hold on. Hey, bartender. Listen to this one more time. She's going to say this one more time. Say it one more time.
That's a classy drink.
You can always find me drinking Bombay Sapphire soda, light ice, 2 limes.
So we're going to take care of that. And we want to give a round of applause for LEIGh-ANN from Venture Cafe for coming out and supporting us tonight.
Awesome.
So we're going to go ahead and head to part 2, but we're going to take a quick break. You know how it is. One song to let you go make your way to the bar, go grab some food. So we'll be right back for part 2. Fade it out. Let's go. Let's go. Fade it out. Fade it out. Fade it out. Fade it out. All right, so we're back for part 2 of Tech Beats and Bytes. So we want to welcome to the stage Anais. Did I say it right?
Yes.
She grilled me. She don't mess up my name.
That's why I said I wasn't gonna say it.
Mess up my
What you
name.
doing?
I like the next one though. I can do this one. SimplyJess. I got that. I mean,
What? Excuse me?
I'm just saying.
What was that?
Simply.
Jess?
Jess.
Yes.
Why you mean? I ain't been drinking that much. Not yet. Later on, I'll be calling you Jessica Simply or something.
Oh, man. Please don't.
So, ladies, how you guys doing tonight?
Good.
So, y'all, let's give a round of applause to our 2 guests tonight, SimplyJess and Anais.
Anais.
Can't roll my tongue like that. That's just too much.
Anais.
I'm just playing.
It's easy.
It's easy for you because it's your name. Your mama taught you that.
Proof.
You can call me MJ.
MJ?
MJ.
MJ? Or,
Yeah.
see, too much extra. I'm just playing.
That's easy.
So won't you ladies tell us a little bit about yourself? I know a little bit about what you do, but the crowd may not know. So won't you guys introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your businesses and what you ladies do as entrepreneurs? Hey, Jess, can you do me a favor?
What's up?
Eye contact. There you go. I need to see you.
My bad.
You have beautiful eyes, man. Come on now.
Right.
It is.
It's cool.
This is
I
what the
see
stage
everybody.
feel like.
Huh?
This is what the stage feel like.
Yeah, I know. I see.
Come on, 400
Well,
Club. Tell us about
yeah.
your life.
Well, my name is SimplyJess, and I've been doing the nightlife scene for like about 10 years now, 12 years. And
She's not allowed to say the word
yeah, she don't let me say the word so she's like
Oh man, this social training. We ain't got that kind of time to be perfect
I know,
like that.
We
Just
right
flow.
now.
Just go
But
with it.
I've been doing the nightlife scene for about 10 years. I handle a lot of the VIPs, the celebrities, the athletes, and the beautiful girls, and do some of the hottest parties on the beach. So, been a minute.
All right.
I'm MJ Anais from Powered by MJ. I do branding, production, and private label, and I've been doing it for 10 years as well.
So this is what we gonna do. Y'all being very modest and very polite. SimplyJess.
I know. I'm used to having somebody talk for me, so.
That ain't gonna happen tonight. Ain't nobody talking.
I know.
You are your voice. How many of y'all remember going to the club on 5th? Y'all remember 5th? Y'all remember?
Club Fifth.
Y'all remember Club 5th?
She's like,
It's just-
When that nasty pink drink came out that they was trying to push.
the Nouveau.
Nouveau.
Yeah, Nouveau.
Sparkling, it was sparkling in vodka or something like
It
that.
was sparkling piss is what it was.
It really was.
Hey, we did some parties though for them.
I was there for one of them.
Yeah.
When Jerry was there.
Yes.
So you was with the 400 Club. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your active role in the nightlife? Don't sum it up so well.
Okay.
Tell us exactly what was your role with these celebrities and VIPs.
Well, basically, I started the company with Jay Little back in 2000.
The company being?
The 400
The
Club.
400 Club.
Yeah,
Do y'all remember the 400 Club?
Who remember the 400 Club?
Really? That's it?
I mean, it was
Got a
it
grown
was
and
a
mature
long
crowd.
run though. We had some of the hardest.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got a grown
sexiest-
crowd, though. They
Yeah, it was a sexy hip hop, very selective, but everybody came dressed nice. All the like celebrities came. Like it was really really nice. It was dope. So we started Harrison's. I don't know who remember Harrison's.
Man, talk about it.
She's been talking.
LEIGh-ANN was everywhere. Look
She
at
was
you.
everywhere.
Winning awards and in the club.
Because Harrison's was 3 doors down from Love Hate. Can we talk about it real quick?
Love, hate,
Yeah,
yes,
Harrison's
yes.
was literally down the street. We started as a networking party.
Of course.
And then it went from a dinner party, and from the dinner party it went to a club. And then from then it got too big that we had to get a bigger spot, which is the 5th. So then we moved the party to the 5th. My role was pretty much to bring all the baddies. That's what I had to do.
All
Bring
right.
all the girls.
So did y'all guys get that in summary? Y'all understand what Jess used to do at the club? Everybody got, because we about to leave all that alone because that's not what we're here to talk about. What I want to talk about is you made a transition into becoming an artist.
Yes.
And you have some, for lack of a better word, self-born, we're going to say provocative art.
Yes.
Erotic.
Right.
Erotic art.
Erotic?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
we're going to
erotic.
use that word?
It's erotic
Yeah.
mixed media.
I'm saying you
It's
put
erotic mixed media, yeah.
erotic in the wrong section, it's going to take you to Pornhub. But I mean, if that's
No.
No. It's erotic art.
It's
no, it is.
artistic.
It's beautiful art.
It's sexy art.
It's two.
Very.
It's two pictures that I need donated. I can't afford them.
Come on,
Your
man.
prices are way too good for me. But
I'm gonna work with you. Don't worry about it.
how did you make that transition from, from some to just being a promoter? Because a lot of people don't understand. A lot of entrepreneurs in South Florida started off as promoters.
Right.
That was just the nature.
A lot,
of it.
yeah.
Teach was a promoter at one time. I was a promoter. Dante, self-born, all of us.
Mike Kaiser.
Yeah, we started off
I mean,
as
all
promoters.
these big names, they all was promoters in the beginning.
How did you make that transition from being a promoter to an artist?
It was a hard transition because I mean, she's actually one person that actually pushed me to be an artist.
We're going to get to her. You don't have to describe her yet.
I'm not going to describe her, but she had a lot to do with it
Okay.
because I've been drawing since I was able to lift a pencil. Like, that was my escape. Like, every time, I was sad or anything, I'll just draw. Like, went to school for it, everything. And I was nervous to, like, really show the world, like,
what you did?
yeah, because those are, like, my,
It
my
was
hidden,
her therapy.
Yeah, it was my therapy.
She didn't do it for others. She did it for herself.
Yeah, I did it for myself.
So powered by, since you her PR coach and everything else, won't you let the people know what you do? Let's give you a full introduction.
Well, for Jess, SJR, I'm the brand manager and I'm also her business partner. So it took about a year to get her out of her, I don't want to show people my art, it's
Right.
for me. And I told her, I'm like, I don't want to build SimplyJess. She's already built. She's already a brand. So why do I have to work on that? The art is where it's at. Nobody knows you're an artist. Nobody knows you're a goofball because she's fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? So let me bring that out of you. So it took about a year. She finally let us do it. And then we did a showcase for Art Basel because I feel that
Okay.
Art Basel is the best place to...
2015?
2014.
14.
We did it with Athletes for Art and then with the Freedom Gallery. And then the next year for 2015, I do production my whole life. And I was like, you know what? They wanted to tell us how to do your show. Fuck them. We're doing our own gallery.
And yeah, we
so
did.
we started getting warehouses and doing a pop-up gallery and showcasing her and showcasing other artists that I work with, that MJ works with. And that's how we started. So now every year for Basel, we do Simply Gallery Wynwood.
Okay.
Which this year is transitioning to Fame Gallery because we do fashion, art, music, and events.
Yep.
So we're branching it out and making it bigger. But that's kind of like how we started, showing her in the art world. And now I'm starting to get her with like street artists so she could learn how to start doing like...
Collaborations.
Yeah, we have a lot of collaborations in the works that are going to be releasing soon. We usually release all our stuff during Basel.
Okay.
But that's how we started working together. She wanted me to work with her, and I did for like the first year. And then when I saw her art, I was like, you're wasting my time. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. You're an artist. So people still don't think that she does art. People think that she tells someone what to draw and they draw it for her. And I'm like, no, she's the artist. So now she's like painting live, which she hates to do.
Yeah.
And she has a really good passion with photography. So last year we got one of the models that I work with, LaCherry, and we made her the muse for her series that we did last year, which is the one you're talking about.
Right.
The erotic one.
And the erotic art. And now we're introducing the mixed media. So we have a list of people that want her to shoot. And now that's what we're going to transition her to, mixed media.
So let me ask you,
More
you
naked
said
pictures.
most people didn't believe that she was actually doing the art.
Yeah.
They
Why?
thought I was representing someone.
Yeah, they
'Cause-
thought that she
But
got
why didn't they
something-
think you were doing the art?
Because they don't see her as an artist. Because all she did was nightlife. They know SimplyJess. They don't know Jessica.
Yeah.
So
Two different people.
Was
Yeah.
this a basic of misogynistic elements that you can't be pretty and be an artist?
No, I don't know. I think it's because I've been stuck in that nightlife and party girl, and that's all people know me as. But
Right.
there's more to me than a lot of people don't know. So the art is how I express like another side of me. So trying to show a different side is like it takes time, and preparation and.
But on the basis
all
of the
that.
fields you're in, I mean, art itself is a male-dominated field. Most of the galleries, a lot of the galleries down here are owned by males. So were there any elements of just being a female artist yourself that you kind of struggled with? And I mean, this is in support of all my feminists that are in the crowd. I want to be able to stand up because we're going to drop a fun fact after this. Do you feel you would have had those same challenges if you were a man that was a promoter doing that art versus being a female?
No. Okay, you see, this is the thing.
So you think you were just boxed in just because you were a promoter in general?
No. You see, nobody boxed her in. She boxed herself in. She drew for herself. It was her therapy.
Yeah.
So it's like she didn't care about showing it to the world.
But you said when you took it to other people, they didn't believe it was actually her doing the work.
Showcased her. When we showcased her, they thought that she gave her ideas to an artist that we kept private and that she just showcased it. So that's why I started making her paint live. Like MJ works with UN Athletic. That's what's on our feet. And we work with Spray Ground and stuff like that. Yeah, gotta plug them in. So we did a Ewing event last year where we had her paint live on a shoe so people can actually see that she paints.
Cool. Right. So if anybody's wondering why I kept pushing them so hard to go in that direction, has anybody heard of 500 startups? Yeah, I know you have. So 500 startups recently lost one of their co-founders from the basis of a sexual harassment charge. This is one of our fun facts for today. And the part that was even more messed up about losing the guy or him resigning was that they knew about the cases and they knew about the situations month in advance. And all they did was limit his responsibilities, but they allowed him to stay on in his role. Wow. So they knew the wrong he was doing. They tried to, basically, instead of firing him, they silenced him to some degree, took away responsibilities. But then when the case came out public, they decided, oh, you need to resign because now we got to save our name. And there's a gentleman by the name of Mitch Kapoor. Mitch Kapoor is one of the largest funders and does a lot of investment on the West Coast in California in the tech scene, which we're going to talk to you ladies about tech. And so Mitch Kapoor is now trying to get some of his money back because he's like, why did you guys hide this information from me if you knew he had these sexual cases and these allegations against him? So the reason why I'm bringing this up is we support women. That's one of the main things. One of the, I guess you could say, mantras of Digital Grass is We Are Tech, is where we defend minorities, women, and the LGBTQ community. And I wanted to know, that's why I was kind of pushing towards the element, do you feel, because I've never had that struggle. And what I mean by that is by the time I presented my art, most people are like, more so they expected it. So I'm trying to figure out why wouldn't people expect you to have this talent versus thinking that you were lying about your talent.
I think it was more so because I was just stuck in that nightlife element. Like I was known as a party girl, and known as a party girl.
So this is
doing
more
all
towards
these hot parties. So it's like transitioning into an artist, promoter artist is like,
you don't hear that very often.
You don't hear it very often.
I don't know. I know you know what I'm thinking. In
Absolutely.
Chicago, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, but we're in Miami.
I'm in Miami.
So that goes to the shallow side of Miami.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Of course.
Go ahead, Self. Go ahead.
I was going to let you finish and say pretty much it's the same thing as being a DJ who says you're an entrepreneur and then you buy a bar and then you start a beer company. They're like, yeah, whatever. So who are you working for? Who's the manager? Like you're managing it for somebody as opposed to actually doing it, putting your money, like doing it. So it's more of the shallowness comes in, I think, a face value aspect of people see you, just what they see you. When they look at you, they judge you, and that's it. And they see the shallowness of just, they don't really take the time to dig into a deep conversation with you, and that's it. And that's good.
Right.
Because it's based on a happy hour kind of vibe.
Self brought that up because we had to talk about that with Chef Teach. So a lot of you guys may be watching this show. This show was only about 30% of our concept. Chef Teach is an absolute genius. I don't know how many of you guys have eaten the food at world famous House of Mac? All right. So the food is amazing, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. So you get past the food. How many of you know that Chef Teach used to be the manager of Pitbull? All right. So that's about 50% of the people that ate his food.
So you see that,
But we're going to go one step further. How many of y'all know that Chef Teach bought Uber to Pitbull, and Pitbull could have had equity in Uber?
Wow.
Exactly.
That's sad.
So the part is, you try to box this man into somebody that's making mac and cheese. He was a visionary, and that's how I see you,
that's
ladies.
What I consider.
I remember some of the stuff you did. I remember you from the 400 Club. Back at that point, I was just trying to get drunk. Had no focus. I was a graphic designer, so it was real shallow moments for me. But as I progressed, a lot of people in Miami only knew us as, logo developers, website developers. So when we started talking about tech and making a craft beer shop and owning a pizza place, they were like, how are you doing all that? And I tried to explain to them, when you're in this kind of field as a promoter, you learn a lot and you see a lot.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best learning room ever.
It
so
is.
what are some of the things that you ladies experienced as a promoter that kind of pushed you to take yourself to the next level?
Well, I never really did promoting.
I asked you 3 times what you did, but you wouldn't unpack
No,
that.
I do branding,
There you
production,
go.
and
Marketing.
private label.
Didn't I ask her that earlier? I did
And
ask her that
that's
earlier.
the first thing I said.
Nah, you told us
I
about
used
what
to
you did for her.
No, I used to work with Oxygen. I don't know if anybody used to go to Oxygen back in the days in the Grove. We used to do 50 Cent Mondays and Tantalizing Tuesdays.
Anybody went to
yes.
Oxygen in the
Me
girl?
and Epps, I rock with
I
Epps
mean,
there.
yeah,
for quite a
bulletproof
Beating
and
you was
shit.
there?
Like that's
I
what.
Yes.
was there Mondays and Thursdays.
Was it live?
Yeah,
Hell
like
yeah.
that's
I used to
when
rock there with
throw
MJ.
parties.
MJ used to be there.
Hey, I'm from
and-
Fort Lauderdale.
yo.
You know what that
Right,
meant.
right.
That drive
Come
was
on.
too
Classic.
long for me.
Oh man.
Yeah, no.
Down
So
south?
that's the type of party I used to throw because
Okay.
people used to actually go over there and party. They weren't on their phone. They weren't trying to pop bottles. They were trying to have dance-offs. So that's the type of party I do. Like, I don't party here in Miami. Like, when I go out with Jess, it's because I'm going out with Jess and I have to meet somebody that
Yeah.
Jess wants me to meet. Other than that, I won't be out.
So how has technology enhanced your careers over the last 2 years?
My business is mostly all online. I do online consulting. We do private label for a lot of different businesses. So we do from like water bottles to towels to whatever you need on your name and logo on it. And then we also do brand development. So like we work with SJR. We work with a brand in LA called The Birthplace, Kush Cards from New York. So our main thing is just kind of like to get people out of the Miami market. We don't really work in Miami at all, not anymore.
I know a lot of people that have headquarters in Miami. I don't know if she would be bothered by me saying this, but one of my peers and one of my not a mentor, I would just say one of my peers and somebody I really respect. Hey, I'm going to drop her name. Her name is Angela Benton. And Angela said to me one of the key elements is her headquarters is in Miami, but her business is nationwide.
Yep,
So
that's the way we
a
are.
lot of people in Miami don't focus on doing business in Miami.
No, at all.
But how do we come up? So this is my problem. It's not that I have a problem with it, but I'm trying to figure out what do we change within the mindset that we start looking at our own ecosystem, because we have a failing ecosystem because a lot of people feel that way. And I think that's why people like Puffy and other people, celebrities, they come into our city, they make their money, they
And
make
they
their
live
millions.
here. Yeah.
They live here.
They have a house here. They don't live here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they go home and multiply that money even more. We have no gatekeepers and nobody to The only person I see as a gatekeeper is pretty much maybe Luther Campbell. That's the only person that really speaks up. So how do we start keeping some of our money in the ecosystem? Because I don't think we're replenishing the money here in Miami.
I think by people actually supporting businesses in Miami. Like
People are not supporting people.
yeah,
as
people
much
in
as they
Miami
used
care
to.
about like
Themselves.
labels and name brands that are stealing from the culture. So
Yeah.
it's like if you want to bring Miami back, start supporting the small
So-
businesses here,
yeah,
the
your friends,
professionals,
your peoples.
Like, you know how many friends we have that when she launched her brand, they're like, "What's up with a care package? What's up with you buying a shirt and then we
Yeah,
send you a free
that's
gift?"
supporting.
You know, like they want to support, but then they don't want to take nothing out their pocket. You throw an event, the event will be packed if it's free.
But they ain't
But if
spending
they're
no money.
charging, like
Yeah.
we only do one event here a year, and that's our 420 Eat Retreat, and our tickets are $150, and it's 75 guests. Very private. You go there, you network, you talk. It's all like very intimate. We don't like big crowd things because we feel that people out here, they say they want to support, but they just want to be there to show on the gram that they were there. They want to be on the snap, show they were there, but they really didn't support. They didn't buy nothing.
Right.
I don't care where I go. I travel all
Yeah.
over the world. I'm never in Miami. And anywhere I'm at, they invite me to an event. I'm buying
I'm
a
buying
shirt.
something.
I'm buying a pin. I'm buying something because that's what I went there to do.
Right.
My attendance is not the only support. You need to give a monetary support for
We don't
people.
want to be all negative, so we want to give a round of applause to ourselves for everybody that's out here supporting Digital Grass and the world famous house. Because y'all came out. Y'all could have been anywhere else but here, but you chose to be with us. What's that boy Chucky there? You
You stupid.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose. All right, I appreciate that. That's real. That's real talk.
It's real though.
So, Jess, me and you, artist to artist. What's next for you? What's that point that you want to hit? What's gonna be your Basquiat moment?
Ooh, that's a good one.
MJ?
Nah, you can't.
joking,
You can't
I'm
go to the public for this one.
I mean, I have my certain goals and stuff with my art.
talk
like,
to me. It's just me and you. They not listening no more.
No, my certain goals right now is
What's
like,
your Basquiat moment? What's gonna be that piece that says this is Jess? Where's that introductory piece? Where's your blueprint? Where's your ready to die? Where's your classic? What is it gonna be? What's the story you gonna tell? Oh yeah, she told me to work you today. I'm going to work you.
Working me.
I
yeah,
did.
I know.
What's
I mean,
the legacy
I don't,
you want to leave with the art that you're creating?
I don't know. Like really, like my goals right now for my art is just to keep learning and really developing it into what it's supposed to be. Like you never know what. Like I didn't know I was gonna start doing photography. You know, I love taking pictures and everything. And then once I started doing it, I was like, ooh. Once I started doing that, then you go into the materials and I start, getting inspired and then start creating other stuff.
Isn't it something
It's
magnetic?
like a lot of things inspire me and I'll be like,
Right.
ooh, like I'm gonna do this next, I'm gonna do that next. Like it's not something that you can plan because sometimes you get inspired from walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? I see a piece of fabric or something and I'll be like, ooh.
How many people here are photographers or artists or? All right, I can't talk to you, Dante. We talk. You are a bartender. Isn't it something magnetic about the aspect of seeing that lighting and seeing that perfect shot?
When you
or just
capture that
capturing
light,
something?
yeah.
Yeah. I feel that.
No, you get like a certain feeling like when you catch that shot, you're like, oof, that's it, that's the one.
It's mentally orgasmic.
Yes, it is. It is crazy.
That's
it
a
is crazy.
T-shirt. I'm gonna make that a T-shirt.
Yeah, you should.
That's a good one.
It's a certain type of feeling.
You can push that shirt for us?
For sure.
Maybe we should just call that a drink. Hey, bartender, can we make a drink tonight called Mentally Orgasmic?
Word.
Whiskey base.
Whiskey.
Yes.
Henny. Cognac base.
I would do it for you, Keisha. I would tell them to find one of your brands. All right. So I appreciate that answer, but I want you to make sure you reach that goal.
Yo.
So,
I most def will.
go ahead, man. It's on you.
I got something because I'm really happy you were here today because you are an example of because we got a lot of people. Everybody parties, everybody promotes, everybody's a photographer. Like everybody does everything now.
Right.
And I think it's important to talk to people that are thinking about making that transition. So happy hour parties, the usual stuff, and how to seriously make the transition, not make a new brand because that's the hard part. So give a little
difficult.
insight, both of y'all, on going from just having fun, partying, drinking to a serious business.
Right.
Talk to me. What advice would you give?
Don't get caught up.
I just said for you. You saw that? I would say that for an entrepreneur trying to transition from like a hobby that now you consider, your life goal, because you never know where you're gonna be at. Usually a hobby is what takes you there. That's what got MJA started.
I feel you.
It was a hobby and they started paying us and we're like, okay, it's a business, and we just opened up a business. So I think
That's how we got into doing this show.
Yeah, you
Right.
never know what's gonna inspire you, what extra hobby, what side job is gonna make you go to your career. But once you know what it is, I would say stay focused, determined, and this is the hardest thing to tell people. I say it all the time and they don't get it until it happens. You're gonna let go of a lot of people around you.
Yup.
Yeah.
It sounds really
Hold on.
It's so true.
Rewind that and say that all over
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
We want to make
It's
sure
so
they heard
true.
it.
It's
We want
harsh.
to make sure people
from the
understand.
beginning or from the letting
No,
go?
that's
just
the
that
team,
one
the
part
people
about
around you.
losing.
So you're gonna let go of a lot of people
Let
around
go.
you.
Sometimes
There's a
you
lot of
gotta
people
let it
around
go.
you that are dead weight, and not in the sense of as a friendship. They could be
Yeah.
your friend, they could be your family, but if they don't do business or if they don't have like something that they're working towards, it's gonna slow
It's
you
gonna
down.
slow you down for sure.
You need people around you that are hungry, that
Inspired.
are trying to make it, and that are a lot smarter than you because you're in an industry where you want to learn. So I recommend people intern, go to places, SJR interns, powered by MJA, we intern. Like find somebody or a business that does where you want to go, intern, put your time in, do your research, and you'll start realizing that the people that are not supposed to be around you will start disappearing.
Yeah.
But you need to be okay with that because it could be very
Yeah,
hard
it
for
can
you.
get hard.
Because when you become an entrepreneur, you start getting closed up in a shell because you're building. So only the right people are going to be around you, and that's just something that you have to take into consideration. Like, don't consider yourself to be a bad person. Consider yourself to be a person that's growing.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick, Self-Born.
What up?
This is hashtag things that makes Mike upset. So just hashtag this, and this is the moment. I really want to say a lot of people in South Florida make me upset because this is what I hear. I want to make money. I want to make it to the next level, but you're not willing to work after 7 o'clock.
Right.
Oh, man.
24/7.
Look,
I don't
man,
sleep.
I just want everybody to know y'all got 24-hour co-work spaces that empty out by 8 o'clock. Y'all got tons of money. This is an untapped territory. This is just position. I remember Chris Carter, my boy Torian. I remember when they were starting their clothing line, couldn't get nobody to support them. Medium 4, we couldn't nobody to believe that clean design was the way to go, and all these bevels and all this flashy shit wasn't going to work.
Right.
I remember when Self-Born told me what he was going to do, and he was going to start dropping knowledge with his music, start doing tea time, and nobody wanted to listen. The one thing I can't stand about South Florida is we don't have the grind that I see in other people, and we just want the fame that comes with it. It's not about fame, man. If you out there chasing fame, you chasing the wrong
chasing
thing.
the wrong dream.
If you're
You're gonna
not
go around in
chasing
circles.
impact and
Fame
you're
is
not
not
chasing
all
to
that
make
it is.
a change in your community, just give up because it's going to fail anyways. So round of applause to all the people out there really trying to make change and not chasing money.
Yes.
Just wanted to get that off my chest. You feeling me?
Better?
You feeling me?
Better now?
I need to connect with some people because I know they feel it inside their soul. Another fun fact, the reason why I bring that up is because it's the basis now. This might make somebody really upset, and if I offend you, I apologize. The reason why I really want to get it off my chest, and I wanted you ladies to be here, we speak of freedom and we speak of the element of making each other equal, it's because we were having this conversation today, and I had to hit Self-Born up, and we were talking about why some people really don't like celebrating the 4th of July. And it's because when the 4th of July was brought into existence, some of us weren't free.
Talk to him. Oh, did I say yeah?
I guess I'm going to say that
Talk to
again
him.
because only one of y'all clapped. When the 4th of July came into existence, some of us weren't free. So I wanted y'all to understand the basis of what we do is to bring people together so we can actually build and transcend beyond the boundaries that have closed us in. So, Jess, I don't want you to ever feel like you in a box. There's no reason why you can't be the photography female of Basquiat. And better yet, not even be Basquiat, but to just be yourself and be
Right,
great.
exactly, and that's
So
what
that's
I do.
what I want you to do that, and I think you ladies are something special. But the one thing we haven't done is open this up for Q&A, and
Questions.
we want to make sure we do that. So if
Questions.
anybody has a question, please come stage left so we can get these questions in while Self-Born drops
up?
the Self-Born question of the night
The question of the night.
before we get into the hot six.
Yo, you're looking
The
at me
hot
like,
six.
what are you about to ask? What are you gonna ask? What is it? Okay. Well, it stems off of what I was saying on the transition, and I would say now describe how you would use the brand that you already developed, because that's a hard thing, building a brand and then trying to build another brand that maybe complements it and helps. So give
Yeah.
us,
That's a good question.
yeah, no, give us
Yeah.
some insight on, like, because a lot of us built brands already, and that's how you get stuck. Because you build a brand, and that's what everybody just sees you as. So what would you say, specifically in brand building, in your interactions when you're going out, what would you say you do that would be a difference? Whether it's how you design your business card, did you make a separate phone number?
Yeah,
Did
wents
you do
the
a back
things that
phone for the
separate
company?
you right
like
now?
just little tidbits to talk about how you do bridge the the gaps between the two brands.
Well-
We want you to drop some gems for our Instagram moment.
Okay, well,
60 seconds or less. Go. You got to make it quick.
well,
it.
I think that if you don't know what branding is, you're not ready for it. That's always my thing when people ask me
She
what
went
is
all the
branding.
way there, boy. That
Yeah.
was hard.
She's supposed to
If
like
you
have
don't
a
know what
hand on her
branding
hip. She's
is,
supposed
you're
to
not
snap.
ready for it. You're still building. And I feel that once you're ready for brand development or brand management, or you have the budget for it, find a mentor. Find
Right.
someone that's already doing it,
That's
or
real.
find
Right.
someone that is the complete polar opposite.
Or go
Me
talk
and
to
Jess
Keisha.
are
Keisha
complete
know,
polar
yeah.
opposites.
Opposites.
That's why we work. You know what I mean? She knows all celebrities and athletes. I know all the brands and business owners and producers. So it's just like our network together, it works.
It's
so
network is big though.
yeah, so find
Network
a partner
is
that
huge.
does what you don't do.
Right.
That does what you
Weaknesses.
don't know. She doesn't know much about brand building. So I'm teaching her as we're building her brand. Don't just meet somebody that's not going to teach you. Find a partner that both of you are going to teach each other, and then always invest in yourself, and that means monetary. Like, you need to have a budget within yourself to go to seminars, go to webinars, Go to expos.
Trade
Go to
shows.
trade shows. You know what I mean? Like, take that leap if you're really serious about what you're doing.
All right. So,
Church.
Rapid 6. We're going to get these quick fires out because it's to set the mood for the rest of the night. Favorite artist right now? Who is it?
Favorite
Favorite artist? Music?
Music?
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar. Okay.
K-Dot.
I've always been a Jay-Z, Nas, and Mobb Deep and type of.
She just named 3.
Yeah, because
She's a,
I can't
she's a
choose.
tunnel. She come from the
Oh, wait,
tunnel,
wait, no,
son.
no,
I
no. Let me
can't
change that.
choose.
If it's one female artist I like right now, it's Stefflon Don. She's a female artist from London. She's fire.
All right. So we have to plug into you, and you have to have a TV show or a movie to represent you. What are we watching?
The 70s show.
That's good.
That's me.
Old school. Old school at heart.
All right.
What about you?
And you?
Huh?
A TV
TV show or a movie to represent you? What we watching?
Oh man, I don't even know. I watch so many. Bridesmaids. I like Bridesmaids.
Okay.
That's it right there.
Hey,
So-
can I throw you a curveball real quick? Why is Claws like the dopest show right now to me? I don't know why. I was watching
Which
that.
one?
What is
Claws with Niecy Nash. Can we get into it real quick? No.
No, we can't do
seen it.
that. Okay.
I
we
No,
gonna-
you gotta peep. Yo,
We're gonna go back to
TNT.
that.
I haven't
No,
seen it.
haven't
It's the show with Karuchi, little fine ass on it.
Oh
Yeah,
no, I haven't watched
yeah. See,
that.
Oh, the other girl that Chris Brown let go of?
Fellas,
Can't
yo,
watch
fellas. No, trust me, you want to watch it.
All right.
Good
So
show.
number 3. It's $250 million on the table. You
Wow.
gotta go secure the bag. What's the song you walking in listening to?
Bitch better have my money.
Which one, the original or Rihanna?
Rihanna.
What's up with the original?
Nah, I'm a Riri fan.
She said
I feel
Rihanna.
you. I mean,
We gonna
See,
respect
see the
your
reaction
choice.
from the crowd.
All right.
You didn't like that one?
So
Oh, I'm
The
sorry.
original.
No, Riri.
what you
I
got?
stick with Riri. Sorry.
Shit.
What you got, Jess?
Blood Money
Blood Money.
by Noriega and Capone.
Oh, nice.
That's the first thing that pops up. You feel me? You feel me?
All right.
This is straight New York right here.
So-
I'm in New York. I
Sorry.
can't help it.
Your investors walk in. You got the music. You securing the bag, but you can only serve them one dish. What are you serving them? What are they gonna eat?
One dish.
One dish.
You go first.
One dish. Damn. You go first.
You got $250 million.
You about to serve
You got
them
your
some
music.
shit?
You got to serve them a plate.
It
What
will
are you
have to-
Are
serving
you
them?
from a restaurant?
It can. But what's on the plate?
She'll put something from Pine 112.
Prime 112. Whatever they want.
And mine will be something with Nutella. I like dessert, so something with Nutella in it.
Okay,
I don't
and
know.
with all tradition, craft beer or cocktail.
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 What you drinking?
Hennessy.
Cosmo.
All right, so these ladies say Hennessy and Cosmo, so make sure you get them one. We want to thank my ladies coming from going out. And just in case y'all didn't notice, this was a night of celebrating women. We had all
Yeah.
female entrepreneurs on the stage. So let's give a round to the women.
Yes.
Make some noise. Make some noise.
I do have one last thing to say.
You can close.
You know-
we didn't have any questions, by the way. No questions?
No questions.
No questions?
Okay, well,
that's cool. Okay.
we represent a brand called The Birthplace.
Oh, yeah,
so
you're giving away some shirts.
I
What are
actually have
shirts?
some giveaways. I only have smalls and mediums.
I need
So
one small.
If you follow Powered
It ain't
by
for me,
MJ
man. It
and
ain't-
Simply Just
okay.
400,
You saw my face.
meet me over there and I'll give you a shirt. You just have to be a small or a medium.
I need one small reserve. But hey, guys, we really appreciate you for coming out. We expect you to stay a little bit longer. If you don't mind, we want to get a couple of private interviews on the stage. We want to keep this energy going. We're thinking about transitioning over to this side to do our event. What y'all think about doing every Monday night on this side? What y'all think about that?
I like it.
I like it. It's
vote.
more
It's
intimate.
more private.
You like this?
Yeah.
Y'all like it? We got to make sure teachers okay with it because we can't see the truck in the shot.
But it's okay. We
But
know
we
it's
gotta,
there.
We got to
It's
respect.
there.
But in closing, thank you very much to World Famous House of Mac, Wynwood Yard, Knight Foundation. My name is Michael Hall with Digital Grass. This is Tech Beats and Bytes. We'll see you next week. Let's go, Self-Born.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.